broadcasting to viewers in Liberia and across the globe. Hello and welcome to the KMTV News Update. My name is Anthony Kukui. Legal representatives of CDC candidate Abu Kamara said they will contest the National Elections Commission Board of Commissioners ruling at the Supreme Court of Liberia. The pronouncement comes 5 days, that's after 5 members of the BOC of NEC upheld ruling by the hearing officer into election dispute in District 15, Moserado County. According to a release issued by the Public Affairs Department of the National Elections Commission, majority members of the BOC affirmed the ruling for a rerun at the quarantine precincts in District 15, Moserado County. The release further stated that the chairman of the board, Councillor Jerome Kokoya, opposed the decision of his colleagues, thereby refusing to sign the document. The plenary of the Senate has forwarded and has also mandated the committees on national defense and judiciary to investigate the Joint Security Task Force relative to the increase in lawlessness in the country. The decision was reached following the appearance of heads of the Joint Security Task Force before members of the Senate to state reasons why violence is on the increase in Liberia. While speaking at the plenary of the Senate on Thursday, Police Inspector General Patrick Sudu attributed the increased violence to the limited budgetary support to the joint security. He also said violence is high in Liberia because most young people are abusing drugs and drinking alcohol. The government of Liberia is expected to receive a proposal seeking civic education as an additional learning curve to the sector. Making a disclosure at an intellectual forum in Monrovia, the president of the Liberia Criminal Justice Association, Jabo Red, says civic education has been dumb and it is about time that Liberians be knowledgeable about laws governing the country. In today's development, the plenary of the House of Representatives has summoned Finance and Development Planning Minister to provide justification into allegations of the execution of government salary harmonization scheme. Plenary is the highest decision-making body at the House of Representatives. The decision was reached after a separate communication was proffered for several lawmakers requesting the plenary to place a halt to the salary harmonization process. The lawmakers believe that the process allegedly being carried out by the Ministry of Finance is outside of legislative approval, stating that the action is against the rules. Let's now bring lawmakers debating the matters at the plenary on Thursday.
It's part of partisanship and non-partisanship. And I'm speaking to this issue as Chairman of Ways and Means, a parcel of this government, meaning the ruling party. And Mr. Presiding, acting is completely out of order. The rules are clear, the laws are clear, the Constitution is clear. You cannot approbate authority that you do not have. The Finance Minister does not have that authority to play with emoluments that has to do with the benefits of our people without the consent, in compliance with the PFM law, the Constitution as well. Acting the Finance Ministry, if it is true, because it is still being alleged. But I know our colleagues have done a lot of research. Our colleagues have done the research. We are in the process of harmonization. Conversations are ongoing. For the Ministry of Finance to begin to pay for the month, if they are paying the month of July, it's not being done on the basis of the 112 that is on the previous budget. But on the current budget that has not been passed, it's contentious. It's something that has to do with contempt of the legislature.
We call in the executive board immediately, or else we're going to sue them as a caucus, especially the trade they are taking, because it's causing serious problem to us in our various districts. And I mean it. I'm not taking no order on this issue. Our constituents are going to give us problem on this issue. They say order on what?
From the entrance of the Ministry of Health, you will sense the hardship that is placed upon our people by this issue of salary harmonization. Mr. President, this is a complete contravention of our Constitution. When public servants are appointed by the Chief Executive, that appointment is done so that whatever action they take or whatever decision they take is taken in the supreme interest of the Liberian people. And that is the very reason why we were elected. A few days ago, we were here. Colleagues, we have spent over 2 weeks discussing the proposal And if you can agree with me that even for us to start discussing the proposal, we have to request it. The records are here. The civil service agency has come here and told some of us here that even employment that was done was not done in line with the civil servant authority, and gentlemen want to play politics. Mr. President, I don't think that 4 or 5 of our police across this floor, payments are made by direct deposit in some instances. So they have evidence in their possession. Our police have the evidence here in our possession.
I remember the Minister of Finance was invited here, and he told us in this room that health workers, police people were not touched. There are rumors that they're being touched. As leaders, let's consider all of those thoughts around as rumors.
I move, if I can be seconded, that this plenary mandates the finance minister to continue to pay based on the last salary from the previous budget. And continue the engagement with the legislature in line with the conclusion that if there will be any adjustment, it should come from the legislature, given that we have the power to do that.
And briefly in sports, Liberia's Russian-based forward Savannah's Nimlin has been named best foreign player in the Russian Football National League for the last season. Nimlin has also been invited by the Liberia Football Association for Liberia's upcoming World Cup qualifier match against Sierra Leone, first leg in Monrovia and the return leg in Sierra Leone, that will be led by newly appointed head coach Peter Butler, who replaces Thomas Kojo as national team head coach. Well, those were the latest from our news decks. Do join us at 8 p.m. tonight for more developments. You can also visit our website at www.kmtvlibrary.com for more news and information. Until then, my name is Anthony Kukui.